This is the Tamron 70 to 180mm f2.8, and I have a theory that this is the best lens for travel photography. This is a lens that I spoke about a lot when I first picked it up over 2 years ago. I made a few videos about it then. I haven't spoken about it since. Last year this lens came traveling with me for the best part of 8 months across Southeast Asia, back across the Middle East, into Europe and then back home. And this year alone, the last few months, this has come on multiple European trips for me, as well as down under where I captured some of my favourite images on the Great Ocean Road in South Australia with this lens. And after all this time using this lens, I think it might be one of the best lenses for travel photography on the market right now. Now that's a bold statement without any substance to it, so let's get into why I think that. Forgive me in advance because I'm going to be butchering these names all day here, but behind me is Casa Batlló, something like that. And I've just stood here and taken some photos on this. Now the first reason why I think this is one of the best lenses of travel photography is the versatility of the focal length. Going from 70mm to 180mm in a second is honestly god tier. For both travel photography and street photography, and you know, if you follow my channel, you know I love to combine the two. Travel street photography. I'm in Barcelona right now, I'm traveling, but it's a city, so I'm doing street photography. So I've just taken a few images of Casa Batlló, I think that's how you say it. I apologize if I'm getting it wrong. First image I took was at 70mm and that looks like this. And that's pretty dope if you ask me. Now, in a second, I can zoom into 180mm and get a photo like this, or like this. Both dope photos, capturing the details of the scene and capturing the real uniqueness of the architecture here. Another focal length that I really like is 100mm. So if this zoom out to 100mm, I can get an image that looks like this. Or, going for more of a street photography vibe, I get an image that looks like this. Now, I've just captured a handful of absolutely dope images within seconds at various focal lengths because of the versatility of the focal range of this lens. And that is reason number one why I think the 70 to 180mm is one of the best lenses for travel photography on the market right now. But one reason isn't enough. Let's get into the second one. I just spotted this scene right here of this big art logo. This guy stood here. So we're gonna get a shot right now using the 70 to 180mm lens. That's what's on here right now. I'm gonna get a shot just to show you the mix of street and travel photography we can get. I know right now I'm talking about how good of a lens this is for travel photography specifically. I don't want to get too off subject about that. But can we just appreciate some of the street photography photos I've taken in the last 15 minutes while walking down using this lens, the 70 to 180mm Tamron F2.8. So have a look at some of these street photography photos because I personally think they're dope. It's just a very versatile lens. Okay, so second and third reasons why I think this is one of the best lenses for travel photography are very similar. So the second reason is the price point versus the value of money for what you're getting. I think that is actually one of the biggest factors on why I bought this lens in the first place. I picked this lens up for just under 1,000 UK pounds. It is usually priced about 1,100 UK pounds. I managed to find it cheaper on sale on another website. I had to wait a couple of weeks for shipping, but that was absolutely fine with me. So for about 1,000 UK pounds, you are getting a telephoto lens with a 70 to 180mm focal range f2.8. Now that is a bloody awesome lens. And that is significantly lower to the competitor, the Sony. For the direct equivalent, which is the Sony 70 to 200mm f2.8, you're looking at over 2,000 UK pounds. It's half the price, and the only thing you're losing is 20mm of focal range. Now you may be thinking, if it's that much cheaper, you're definitely losing out in other places. The image quality on this lens is absolutely god tier. I watched so many reviews, and I encourage you to go do the same, comparing this to the Sony equivalent, because there's also a cheaper Sony one, which is 70 to 200mm f4, which is about halfway between this one and the Sony 2.8. And this image quality, the image sharpness, the quality of this glass, it is next to none compared to those Sonys. The differences are microscopic, making this a fantastic value for money lens. Moving fully into point 3, comparing this to the Sony, you are losing barely any image quality, like literally microscopic image quality. It's £1,000 cheaper. You're losing 20mm of focal range, but also it's almost half the weight. And two of those reasons there is why I think this is one of the best lenses on the market for travel photography. So the two reasons there why I think this is the best for travel photography is this seemed like a really good idea, but this is actually a really bad idea. Oh, the fact that it's half the price. If you're going traveling, you're probably trying to not spend too much money on other things because you're saving up to go on your travels. So you don't want to spend too much money. So the fact that this is half the price makes it absolutely ideal for travel photographers. The second thing is, if you're traveling, if you're backpacking specifically, if you're following my channel or if you're watching this video, you're probably more the backpacker style, because that's why I'm a backpacker budget traveler who makes content on the road. The fact this is half the weight is absolutely ideal because camera equipment does get quite heavy. This bag fills up. When I'm moving between places, this bag is heavy because of the amount of stuff I'm transporting between places. It's all my content creation kit so that I can make content on the road. So keeping your bag light and keeping your camera equipment light is absolutely essential for travel photographers, especially if you want the type to go on hikes, you spend the day walking around Barcelona like I am today. You don't want to be lugging around really heavy equipment, so the fact that this is so much lighter is absolutely ideal. Half the price, half the weight. Side comment, okay, it's not exactly half the price and half the weight, depends where you're buying it from. It's a little bit over half the weight, but you get the point. Just because I know there's going to be those pedantic YouTube commenters that are going to be like, well, actually, it's not actually half the weight because it's 0.4 grams over the weight of some. You get the point. And just to really show you how good this glass in this lens is, let's test it at Barcelona's most iconic location. As you can see, this lens sacrifices absolutely no image quality, with the details of this incredible architecture being captured crisply in this lens. It looks so good. Both the photos and the videos coming out of this lens are absolutely awesome. It is such a good piece of glass, and that is why I feel like compared to the cost, the value of money for this lens is just next to none. Now, as I say, I've had this lens for maybe 3, I think we're coming on 3 years now of me owning this lens, and I've used it in pretty much all facets of my photography. I've used it in event photography. It is one of my favorite lenses for wedding photography. I use it for street photography like I am today. I use it for travel photography. In fact, let's check out some images right now on the screen, showing you exactly the type of things, the type of situations that I've used this lens in. Because I think this is one of the most versatile lenses there is. It is bloody amazing for portraiture, which makes it great for weddings, it makes it great for events. It's awesome in low light because of the 2.8 aperture, which makes it even better for events. I do a lot of DJ shoots. It's fantastic for those. Taking landscapes as an example, I love capturing a wide landscape, but I also love chucking this on and pinpointing some specific details in the scene that I think look awesome. So have a look at, here's some of my favorite travel images that I have taken with this lens. So all around, I think this is probably one of the most versatile lenses. In fact, it is the most versatile lens in my gear, and that is why it is one of only 2 lenses that I took on an 8-month trip around the world. I took the Tamron 70 to 180mm, and I took the Tamron 17 to 28mm, which I'm filming on right now. So, Is this the best lens for travel photographers? I'm asking you, that's not a rhetorical question. Is this the best lens for travel photographers? I don't know if you've got this lens. If you have, what was your experience with it? Or if not, if you haven't got this lens, from my video here today, this is my completely honest opinion. It's not sponsored by Tamron or anything like that. This is my raw honest opinion after owning this lens for 2 to 3 years. I think it's one of the best lenses for travel photographers. My reasons I've stated out in this video, so I'm putting the question now to you. Do you think this is one of the best lenses? And if you don't, what lens do you think is? Genuinely, comment it down below. I would love to know your opinions on this. If you liked the video, if you found it helpful in any way, drop a thumbs up down below. Subscribe if you aren't already. All the other stuff that YouTubers tell you to do. Oh my God, I almost fell over. I almost ended that absolutely perfectly and then I just almost fell over. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to take the shots. You miss every shot you don't take. That's in photography and in life itself. Peace.